What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday evening. I got my guys here. Game time and prime time, Phil. They're putting in the work just like all of Cowboys Mafia. Shout out to Cowboys Mafia. That is all of us YouTubers, okay? I don't know if anybody else has called themselves Cowboys Mafia, but let me explain. We were, or excuse me, Sean from 105.3 The Fan, who's been kind of going out and making a way of trying to belittle others and basically say, we're a bunch of guys that, in the mama's basement and we're idiots, this, that, and the other, kind of said he doesn't want to piss off Cowboys Mafia. So I'm going to take that and run it with all of us YouTubers that are Cowboy fans that live, breathe, and die for the Dallas Cowboys. And, okay, actually, we're not dying. Well, we're actually, inside, we are dying a little bit. Every time we have something happen in the playoffs, like George Allen used to say that a little piece of you inside dies. Nothing important now, but just a little piece of something dies. And that's the way I think all of us feel, because everybody is still really, really mad about the Joneses and their lack of production, and we're all trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out if there's going to be any movement with Dak Prescott or CD or Micah Parsons. I saw a clip of Micah Parsons where he's got this little guy and they've got boxing gloves on and they're just taking shots at each other's belly. We're hearing Micah Parsons wants to return kicks now that they're talking about changing the rules and this, that, and the other. And we focused in on Micah Parsons being in 4 playoff games and having only 1 sack. Here's what's an interesting one, because, I was going back. People say he's no Charles Haley and things. And here's an interesting statistic. It kind of blew me away. Charles Haley played in 3 Super Bowls for the Cowboys and 12 playoff games. 12 playoff games. Wait, actually, hold up, because I want to make sure I get this right. I think he only had, oh man, it was up here. I done lost it. Man, hold up. Because I want to say in the playoffs, I think it's only 4.5 sacks with the Cowboys. Now, that's not to say he didn't have major impact as well. So with the Cowboys, he had in 92, 1 sack, 93, 1.5 sacks, and in 95, 1 sack. It's 3.5 sacks. And he had 3 games, 2 games, 1 game. Oh, no, that's the starts. Sorry, but wait a minute. 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2, that's 9. That's 11 starts. Oh, no, actually, forget the last one. That's San Francisco. 9 starts with the Cowboys, and he had 3.5 sacks. Not a whole lot higher than actually Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons had 4 with 1. So, you can also look at that defense that the Cowboys also had other players that were playing really, really well as well. Anyway, I'm not here to denigrate Charles Haley. I'm not here to denigrate Micah Parsons. What I'm trying to do is see how we can figure out how we can make these guys play better. That's the ultimate goal. Here is some good news for the Cowboys, and that is Tyler Smith. Now, this is what I've actually kind of said this, and I'm glad Tyler Smith said that, because I looked at it like this. We've lost Tyron Smith. The funny thing about when we lose a player, everybody goes ape shit and says, we were stupid. He's going to come back and haunt us, right? Just like they said with Jason Garrett. Oh, my God, Jason Garrett's going to the Giants. He's going to haunt us. Oh, okay. He haunted the Giants. Okay, he might have done us some favors. So we lost Tyron Smith, who he played more games last year than he had in many, many years. I want you to understand that over the course of the last 4 years, he's averaged 7.5 games per season. Some of those games he's played extremely well. Some of those games he's been nicked up and still not the same. So moving on from him at his age and cost, it hurts because you'd like to see him retire as a Dallas Cowboy with the Super Bowl ring, but the reality is your best ability is your availability, and he's not always available. And the management that you have to do of not practicing him and keeping him on bubble wrap until games is not the best thing. Biotish, he's not an awful center, but we got spoiled by Travis Frederick, and that's a place that you look at and say, we could be better. Now, knowing the Cowboys, they like to get the best prospect at a position. Now, more than likely, left tackle, you're going to have a run on those guys before the Cowboys get there. But you never know. It might be a run on quarterbacks. All we know, 6 quarterbacks might go. And then people might look and say there's not a lot of good wide receivers. And all of a sudden people are overestimating. Because here's the thing. When it is you got to go to work tomorrow and your car's broke down, that car over there that's running is looking a whole lot better than if you didn't necessarily need it. You know what I'm saying? So the advantage that the Cowboys have is that Tyler Smith can play tackle or guard. And the great thing is he understands that. He says he loves playing guard. He does. But he will do anything that the team needs him to do. Let's say that again. He will do anything that the team needs him to do. So if that means you're drafting a guard and maybe you get the best prospect at guard and you can put him in a guard and you put Brock Hoffman at center and you got Tyler anchoring the offensive line. And maybe that offensive line is better. Or maybe one of the tackles fall to you and you get a guy that, you have high on your board as a first-round talent as a tackle, and you draft him and you keep Tyler Smith right there. Or maybe the guards and the tackles are all gone and you say, you know what, we're going to have to get a center, and then, oh, my God, you got Egota starting the tackle. Or you decide to go ahead and go out and get yourself a veteran. So the Cowboys like to use the term position flex. We want a safety who can also play linebacker. We know that he's about 25 pounds, too light to stop a running back in the playoffs, but we like the fact that he can do both, okay? We want Micah Parsons to play linebacker, defensive end, nose tackle, and the defensive tackle. Hell, he said he wants to be a punt returner. We'll do that, too, because he's going to have to earn his money. Yeah. So at least that does give the Cowboys a lot more options in the draft, because you don't want to look in and say, we're locked in and we have to get a tackle. If they can say, we can take a tackle, we can take a guard, we can take a center, we can take the best one that's there, that's great news. That is fantastic news. All right, good people. I got to get back to my guys here, prime time and game time, and I see Twiz Digga.
Time, and we're like, why
I see Twiz Digga is in there trying to stir stuff up.
Why,
now we know. Yes.
Oh, God, I want to be like the Eagles. Mark Holmes. Okay, see?
I do think that some of the
all right, good
media
people.
scouts,
Peace.
know, but